Warriors are ready for this thing to get started. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some terrific NBA action. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Take a look at the Timberwolves. Now Golden State's starting five. The Splash Brothers are the guards. JaVale McGee is out there with Draymond Green. And it's Durant in at the three, the small forward. It's now been a decade since the Minnesota Timberwolves played postseason basketball. Last trip to the postseason for the Wolves back in 2004.
That was a long time ago. And if you're wondering, that is the longest playoff drought in the league currently. Wolves want nothing more than to get back to playing playoff basketball and featuring the #1 pick in last year's draft.
Good way to start, you're right. And Booker gets the guy. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it.
And how about that? Just an easy way to get on the board.
And just like that, Greg, the first lead belongs to them.
Curry outside.
Golden State foul.
JaVale McGee with the foul.
JaVale McGee.
That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal
Clumsy
foul.
On that one, he was not going to get away with that.
Yeah, he climbed all over him. I mean, there's a picture of that one in the officiating manual. So, clear, easy call.
Conley, the pass to Wiggins. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by
Timberwolves
Durant.
ball.
Conley dishes to Towns. No good. Great D that time from Green.
And, you know, even though the Wolves have been out of the playoffs so long, you get the sense it won't be too much longer. They've got a really nice core to build around, and I think could be special, especially Andrew Wiggins. Still scoreless after 4 attempts, trying to take the lid off the basket.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 fall.
Curry's shot is good.
For 3.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Conley hits to Wiggins. Powered down.
Andrew Wiggins rips it down.
That's what I like, a nice, strong
The assist from Mike Conley.
That's what he does. He's got that dunker mentality.
My goodness, physicality personified right there. Able to just go up and finish over the biggest defender.
Here's Green. After the basket by Minnesota. It's Durant on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. And Thompson kicks to Durant.
Timberwolves
And it
foul.
goes as the official
Andrew
calls the
Wiggins.
foul. Count it.
That's
He'll
his
shoot one
first
more at the
personal
free throw
foul.
line.
Wolves is alive.
You knew something was amiss with Durant last year.
Kevin Durant.
They eventually shut him down for the entire season after he was injured, which was the safe thing to do and was the right thing to do.
Absolutely. When you have a franchise player trying to work back from injury, no need to try and get a few
Basket by Karl Anthony Towns.
of derailing his career.
First quarter of play, we're like 3 minutes in. Outside Curry. Pass to Thompson. Outside for Durant. On the wing, Green. And his first shot of the game, no good. Timberwolves have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we got underway. The dish to Booker. A 3. And
It's a 3.
Booker's got his
Kevin
first bucket of the game.
Booker.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Curry kicks to Green. Back to Curry. Deflects the the pass. Passes it to Green. The feed to McGee. The wide open look for
Kevin Durant.
And
Assist
good.
from
Got the English that
JaVale
time.
McGee.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
And he gets it to go. Curry's got
Timeout
5
call
now.
for Minnesota.
Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Timberwolves dancers.
First of the game for Minnesota. And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will lie you with his numbers or his athleticism. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And we're talking about his career with Michigan State.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
All right, that was your Timberwolves dancers. Let me hear it.
The Timberwolves have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8.
You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm before the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a
Kevin
vocal
Durant.
presence. And
Assistant.
also another
Stephen
example
Curry.
of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show up in the stat sheet.
Conley into the lane. Shot is no good. Warriors leading by 3.
Backcourt violation.
Not watching for the line.
Minnesota ball.
Minnesota's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Feeds it to Booker. That's in there.
Devin
With the assist.
Booker.
Conley's got 3 assists tonight.
And also, don't discount his leadership. Draymond Green's been a vocal
Timberwolves
leader
foul.
his entire career.
Jordan
Even as a
Hill.
rookie, he wasn't
That's his
afraid
first
to
personal
challenge
foul.
his teammates. And that
Shooting
competitive
for
spirit,
Minnesota.
guys, can be contagious.
Draymond Green. At the line for 2.
You know, the Warriors took some flack when they passed on the chance to trade for Kevin Love. But I really think that the rise of Draymond Green as their stretch 4-man made the decision even better and also kept their cap situation far more flexible.
Pick up by Hill. Conley with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. Booker.
Devin Booker with the bucket.
From the wing. Booker's got 7 points. The Warriors have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Curry kicks to Durant. Out to Thompson. Cranes the three-pointer.
Klay Thompson.
Thompson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And Draymond Green won't give you the superstar numbers of a Kevin Love, but he's got a deceptive impact, Clark, at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I call him a value utility guy because he does a little bit of everything that brings value to your quest to win. His shooting has steadily gotten better, and while he's not an all-star yet, with some of his total contributions on the floor.
Golden State foul called. Kevin Durant.
And so he earns a
That's
trip
his
to the
first
line.
personal
Officials saw
foul.
the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
At the line for your Timberwolves. Jordan Hill.
Something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough
At the line for 2.
4 on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
Outside, Green. Outside, Durant. Jang against Green. And stolen by Booker. Conley gets to Wiggins. And that one falls.
And
coming off
Wiggins.
Conley's feet. Wiggins has got his second bucket of the night.
Hey, getting back to Jordan Hill, everyone had been waiting for this. I mean, greater activity, more aggressiveness, and he puts up career highs in points, rebounds, and assists.
Thompson passes to Curry. 6 to shoot. To the paint. It's stolen by Hill. Always going up for the alley-oop here.
Big basket by Andrew Wiggins.
With the jam.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
Michael Conley.
On the topic of Jordan Hill, hey, there aren't many guys like him with his size who can move that well. He's entering the prime of his career right now. Will he continue to ascend, or will he be content with where he's at? Time.
All right, target setters, coming out of the court now are your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
And guys, one thing is sometimes you get smart. I mean, Mike Conley is a proven winner.
All right, then, that was your Timberwolves dancers. Let me hear it.
And that one season at Ohio State led them to the national title game. So that aspect of what he brings, the intangibles, you're going to be a winner if Mike Conley's on your roster.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves.
Shabazz Muhammad rocks the rim.
World Peace comes in.
From Meta World Peace.
Shabazz Muhammad's checked in for Booker, and it's done in for Mike Conley. And it's the Warriors with the ball, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Iguodala's drive, and he drops in the layup on the glass.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Pick up by Hill. Knocked away.
Timberwolves foul call.
Going to be on Jordan Hill.
Jordan Hill.
That'll be his second foul of the game. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Timberwolves lead by 4. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Timberwolves dancers.
Second about ready to get underway. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court,
Basket by Shabazz Muhammad.
is up. There was Shabazz Muhammad. Then there's Towns. Then there's World Peace. And it's Garnett in the power forward position. Green, the screen. It's Curry with the drive. Shots good by Durant.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Dunn passes to Towns.
Anthony Towns.
And rips it down.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it
JaVale
is.
McGee.
The shot's good from McGee.
Great unspoken communication between teammates leading to the nice assist and the easy score.
Here's Dunn. Outside for World Peace. To the wing right side. Shot clock at 5. And the dunk by
A
Towns.
slam by Karl Anthony
To
Towns.
the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on with a dunk like that.
Boy, I tell you, the Warriors did something that no other team had ever done before. They ended the regular season ranked first in field goal percentage and field goal percentage defense. Essentially, they were the best offensive and defensive team in the league. Remarkable.
And Muhammad takes to Towns. And he makes no
A slam
mistake.
by Karl Anthony Towns.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot
JaVale
selection.
McGee.
Nothing fancy there.
Assisted.
Nope. His only
Stephen
concern
Curry.
right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that.
All right, target center, coming out of the court now are your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
Minnesota calls timeout. Last season for the Warriors, really dominating from beginning to end to lead the league. And
All right, fans, that was your Timberwolves dancers. Let me hear it.
And Kevin, a lot of people knew the Warriors were good at offense. I mean, but they've been equally as good defensively over the past few seasons, kind of flying under the radar for whatever reason. Not the case going forward.
here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Jang, he's checked in for Garnett. Wiggins comes in for Meta World Peace. Booker, he's checked in for Bob. And Mike Conley subbed in for Don. McGee is screen on Wiggins. Tipped away. And stolen by Wiggins. Here's Booker.
Golden State
The
foul
whistle
call.
blows on the shot and
Stephen
2 free
Curry.
throws for the contact
That's
right
his
there.
first personal foul.
Really, the right play defensively.
At the line for your Timberwolves,
Force him to
Devin Booker.
Prevent the layup.
At the line for
A little
2.
bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And guys, in a draft with so many talented big men and lead guards, Booker was a bit of a hot commodity. One of the purest sharpshooters in the draft, has a lightning quick release on his jump shot.
Green kicks to Curry. McGee is screened. Curry attacking. Here's Thompson. And it's one.
Shot clock violation.
4-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. And with Booker, you know, who is a Kentucky guy, he's a sharpshooter, Greg. We're talking about that. His dad actually played at the University of Missouri. He was a pretty good shooter. Clark, this Booker has a pretty good frame to work with, and I think that's going to serve him well in the NBA.
Basket by Carl Anthony
I
Towns.
like his stroke. I like his toughness. I think he's going to be better defensively than people think. He's got a lot of good stuff in his game already.
Durant, he's open.
Kevin Durant.
And
Assist goes to
rim that time
Stephen
before
Curry.
dropping in.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Here's Wiggins. No luck. Curry was a nice D. Thompson dishes to Curry. Back to Thompson. Golden State moving it around. Here's Durant. Conley grabs the miss.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
The drive by Green. Outside for Curry. Another three for Golden State.
Steven.
Moving it around.
Curry.
8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And, Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Towns with it. He's against Green. Misses off the left iron. Warriors trail by 5. Here's Durant. And lots of
Timberwolves
contact there. We'll see the shot and shoot too.
That's his second personal
And
foul.
guys, it's easy to forget sometimes just how
Kevin
young
Durant.
Durant still is. I
Taking
mean,
2
last
shots.
season, he became the second youngest player to get to 15,000 points.
Minnesota making a switch here. Hill's checked in. For Durant getting to 15,000 points.
Warriors
Clark
foul.
to do it quicker.
Kevin
Here's
Durant.
LeBron James.
Yeah, and
That's
it's even
his
more
second
impressive when you
personal
realize
foul.
that Durant did spend
Wolves
1
at the
year in
line,
college.
shooting
Take a year off his
one.
age, and he and LeBron got to that point plateau in virtually the same amount of time. Well, with the season the Warriors put together, they came out way ahead of everybody else in the West. I mean, given how tough the West was last year, that makes their 67-win season all the more impressive. One of the best in history in my mind. Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, he totally collapsed the defense on him.
Conley again. Curry. last season. They went 42-10 against the rest of the conference. The games between them and second place in the West were the same as the games between second place and 8th in the West.
And the Warriors didn't just pick on
2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
The top teams in the West against the rest of the playoff teams. The Warriors were a whopping 20-5.
And a wide open look here for Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins, trifecta.
Wiggins has got 9.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Here's Livingston. That's it. He found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trailing in this game now is not the time to start playing conservatively. I mean, if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you got to play freely and with confidence.
And the slam dunk by Iguodala.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Conley, the pass to Hill. Kicks it to Jang. And that's out of bounds.
Remains Minnesota ball.
Substitution now for Minnesota. Kevin Garnett for your Timberwolves. For Gorgie Yang.
Garnett.
World Peace comes in for Andrew Wiggins. Shabazz Muhammad's checked in. And it's done in for Mike Conley.
Done.
Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
Out of bounds.
And that's just carelessness.
Timberwolves ball.
You have got to have your head in the game.
Timberwolves leading by 6. .43 seconds left in the second quarter. Pick up by Hill. Outside World Peace. Shoots a 3. And there's Muhammad. That's good.
Shabazz
By World Peace.
Muhammad.
On 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Here's Livingston. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
That's a heads-up play there on offense. The pump fake cleared the way for the nice layup.
And World Peace kicks to Garnett. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. But Julia with the steal. And even 3-on-3 break. Pass to Livingston. 4 seconds left. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Livingston.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
It could go. And no good trying to get that one. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Minnesota.
All right, target center, coming out of the court now, your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
Halftime. We'll now 1 kick the lot away here in the third. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
He hit a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half. He went to pass it up with a double team game.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient the player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
Devin Booker.
And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade.
What a performance from Durant here. He has 12 points and 1 steal.
Offensively, defensively, man, he has done it all.
All hustle, non-stop effort. He just doesn't quit. Great resilience and relentlessness in this play.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. Green is out there with Durant. And it's McGee in the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And the Warriors put the ball in Thompson's hands a lot more last season. He ran the pick and roll and attacked the rim, taking more advantage of his size and ball handling ability at that all-star position.
Stephen Curry.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Conley dishes to Towns. Back to Conley. And he takes it in for the very nice feed. Conley's got his third basket of the night.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
And Durant.
Kevin Durant.
Talk about putting
Timeout
something
call
extra
for
on it.
Minnesota.
That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try.
All right, Target Center, coming out of the court now, your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
You know, obviously, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk about.
Well, Greg, you play. You envision yourself as a coach as well. You know, sometimes make some adjustments.
That was your Timberwolves dancers. Let me hear it.
Last outing for Golden State, it was a loss to the Grizzlies. Curry against Conley. To the inside. Stolen by Durant. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Conley with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Dishes it to Jang.
Warriors
The
foul.
basket drops, and he gets fouled
Klay
on the
Thompson.
shot. One free throw coming his way.
That's his first
That's
personal
his
foul.
third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
A 78% foul shooter a season ago. Pretty steady when he's at the line.
He's been a completely different guy at the line this season. I mean, last year, you weren't sure what you were going to get when he got to the stripe. There's no way we could have
Klay
expected
Thompson.
such a huge increase in those free throw
Assist goes
percentage
to
numbers.
Draymond
And guys,
Green.
right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run. Don't you think Clark moved from there?
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Curry with it. Now guarded by Towns. Knocked loose. On the way, Wiggins. He feeds it to Booker. 6 to shoot. That's Booker. That time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got his 4th assist in this one.
And last season, really a
Kevin
tale of
Durant.
two halves for the Wolves. When Ricky Rubio returned from injury, they just looked so much more in sync as a team.
Fires the 3. Makes the
Andrew
bucket.
Wiggins trifecta.
5 for 8 in the game.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game for this season.
Curry attacking. They double team Curry. Puts up a 3. And McGee kicks to Curry. Here's Thompson.
Minnesota foul.
And the foul of
Powerhouse.
Powerhouse. He's got a chance for one more at the
That's
line.
his first personal foul.
That one is on Towns.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing
Greg
great.
just the talk to order. Now some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Jordan Hill, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Dunn comes in for Michael Conley. Durant. And Thompson kicks to Green. McGee sets the pick for Curry. Off the pick.
Stephen Curry.
He lays it in. Curry's got 4 points this quarter. Well, the Wolves improved just very slightly last year in terms of wins, Clark. Quality of play on the floor, though, was visible.
You know, the team point differential was a lot better with Rubio in the lineup. They did have some big wins over quality teams, and Rubio's impact was certainly noticeable.
Green, the screen. Green with the screen for Curry. He kicks it to Thompson. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And that's 10 points for Klay Thompson.
Looked like he was trying to go for a degree of difficulty points on that shot.
Here's Towns. And he uses the glass on the layup. Towns has got 12 points in the game.
That is really poor defensive awareness. I mean, there's one guy you don't want to give any space to. You've got to stay attached and connected.
Curry passes to Durant. They kick it out to Green. Durant, Swiggins. Out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Durant.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Here's Towns. Now the pass to Dunn. It's stolen by Curry. To tie. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
And remember, you go. Steph Curry was in college, more of a shooting guard at Davidson, but he's worked relentlessly to not only improve his ball handling, but his vision. And now, all of a sudden, he's one of the most elusive ball handlers in the NBA.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Kevin Garnett is checked in for Towns. World Peace comes in for Andrew Wiggins, and it's Muhammad in for Booker. Livingston dishes to Pachulia. And here we go. Fast break. Muhammad's got it. And it's blocked. Clark kicks the lead out. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. There's the foul. That's against Minnesota. And Curry, certainly, Clark, a magician with the ball in his hands. He can really supply the terrific handle, razzle-dazzle moves, crossovers. He has it all.
He sure does, but on occasion he can be a little loose with it and turn it over some. That's been a focus both by him and the coaching staff. Attack, but do it with precision.
And for Andre Iguodala, last year was a first in 758 games. Up until then, he had not once ever come off the bench.
Yeah, he's been
Basket by Shabazz Muhammad.
Year career, every single game, Kevin. And last year he came off the bench in every game. Big adjustment for the veteran, but he made it well.
Picked by West. Here's Livingston to the middle. Kicks it out to Iguodala.
Timberwolves foul call.
Didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are
That's
always
his
tough
second
to
personal
judge,
foul.
but I think the official got
At
that
the
one
line
right.
for 2.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
At the line for 2.
He hits the second from the line. Timberwolves leading by 3. Outside for world peace. Pass to Dunn. There's 21 seconds left in the third.
Golden State foul
Even from
call.
over here, you can see
David West.
that one pretty clearly.
That's his first
No question
personal
about
foul.
it, Greg. I mean, a ton of
13
contact
foul.
and a good call by the official.
Shooting for Minnesota.
Timberwolves have played all of their free throws so far tonight, going
2
6 for
shots.
6. And he makes both free throws. Here is Livingston. He has 6. And it's blocked. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Muhammad.
Shabazz Muhammad.
Finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They blocked the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
4 seconds left. It's stolen by Hill. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Timberwolves lead by 7. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And the final period of play just about to start. Here is Livingston. Gordon Gang is out there with Towns. Then it's Conley. Then there's Shabazz Muhammad. And it's Booker in the shooting guard position.
Sean Livingston.
So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
That feed by Iguodala, a really good example of his passing ability.
Conley, the pass to Towns. From outside the arc. And it's Iguodala with the rebound. He dishes it to Livingston. And Gordon
Minnesota
Gang
foul
is going to pick
call.
up the foul.
Gordon Gang.
That's his first foul. And Wiggins is
personal foul.
for Shabazz Muhammad.
Substitution on the court.
Durant, Wiggins. That's 5 to shoot. Wiggins with some nice D.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Big basket by Andrew Wiggins.
Conley's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Outside Curry. To the middle. Here's Thompson.
Timberwolves
And it
foul.
goes as the official
Gordon
calls the
Gang.
foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the
That's
free throw line. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Timberwolves.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
Here's Conley.
Warriors
Swinging the
foul
whistle.
call.
Contact on the way
Stephen
up and 2
Curry.
shots coming up.
That's his 4th personal foul.
It was the season.
At the line for your
edition.
Timberwolves.
Certainly followed through Clark.
Michael Conley.
All year, and they finished the job beating
At the line for
Cavs
2.
to the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the finals. Impressive work.
And for the Warriors, they had tough opponents the whole way. I mean, the Pelicans, Grizzlies, and Rockets, they all put up fights. The Cavs in the finals were just as tough with LeBron, but the Warriors found a way to come through.
Here's Towns.
Warriors
And
foul.
lots of contact.
JaVale
there.
McGee.
Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And
That's
for the
his
Warriors,
second
it has been
personal
nearly
foul.
40 years, guys, since the franchise
Shooting
made
for
it to the
Minnesota.
finals. They had a
Karl Anthony
to
Towns.
finish things off, but they
2
got
shots.
it done and did it in emphatic fashion, winning on the road. The title solidified them as one of the all-time outstanding teams in NBA history.
Curry dishes to McGee. And
JaVale
that one's good.
McGee.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Assisted. Stephen Curry.
Minnesota comes into this one following a loss to Charlotte. Wiggins, left side. Shoots from the baseline. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question, I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. I mean, full throttle ahead.
And Durant.
Kevin Durant.
You know, sort of surprising he
Timberwolves
goes for a
timeout
slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't
All right, Target Center, coming out of the court now are your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
Minnesota calls timeout.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
During that break, Minnesota's head coach had some words for his team. He was propping his guys up for their defensive pressure, saying, listen, the pressure you put on them has been fantastic. Keep pestering them, keep forcing turnovers, and we'll be in a great position to win this thing.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. Durant against Scott. It's tipped. Curry with the steal. Here's Durant. The shot will not go. So Minnesota will take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Pacers at Pacers Arena in Indianapolis. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Here's Wiggins, plenty of space. And the shot is long.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Timberwolves foul
That
call.
time on the way up. That'll get him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
That's his third personal foul.
That one is off.
At the line for the Timberwolves.
In last season, the
Kevin
Wolves
Durant
had the hardest
taking 2
stretch of
shots.
schedule in the entire league. Might have worked out for them in the end, as come lottery time, those extra losses do tend to help.
They really could have used a perfect trip to the line there. Instead, they're still down 2 possessions.
There's the dish to Town. Foul hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Green.
And it goes on
That's
Draymond
his
Green.
first personal foul. Shooting for Minnesota.
Didn't come into the
Karl Anthony
Town
Towns.
Prospect Clark, but
Taking 2
his
shots.
play last year at Kentucky would change that.
No question
Warriors
about it.
call
People
a
knew he
timeout.
was going to be good, Kevin, but few saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Timberwolves dancers.
Golden State.
And guys, with Towns, he is so valuable in every aspect of the game. Really great at both ends of the floor. His defense is as strong as it gets for a first-year player.
Julian, he's checked in for the Warriors. In town, drops them both.
And perhaps the biggest plus about Towns is his upside. I mean, he's shown that he can make big strides in his level of play. Already good at shooting from outside and can play either post spot, too.
Timberwolves lead by 6. And it's Conley penetrating. Down low.
The slam by Karl Anthony Towns.
What a passing.
The assist from Mike Conley.
Yeah, he's spoiling this, Craig. I mean, this is another fantastic dime drop right there. That one certainly should make the highlight reel.
And the Warriors miss again.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Wiggins. It's rebounded by Golden State. Outside Curry. And stolen by Wiggins. Towns kicks to Conley. Now here's Wiggins. There's the feed to Towns. Power down with
The slam by Karl Anthony Towns.
One-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
It's Curry with the drive. It's
Stephen
good.
Curry.
Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
How can you stop that? With the crossover that quick, that lightning quick, a defender has to be almost superhuman to stay in front of that.
Wiggins kicks to Conley. Wiggins passing to Booker. Back to Wiggins. 5 on the clock. Jang dishes to Towns. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Warriors ball. Warriors call a timeout. Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Timberwolves dancers.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Karl Anthony Towns with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hand.
JaVale McGee comes in.
JaVale McGee.
Pachulia. And Kevin Durant is subbed
Kevin
in
Durant.
for Andre Iguodala.
Timeout for Golden State.
Now a timeout called.
All right, Target Center, coming out of the court now are your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a loss to the Grizzlies of Memphis. Out to Johnson. Off target from three-point range.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't
Timberwolves foul call.
the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
Well, I like what they're doing inside here in the second half. I mean, they're still trailing.
Wolves is alive.
They're showing a lot of grit down low in the paint. Some fantastic numbers for McGee. 9 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been
Basket by Gordon Day.
Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show. That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
Fast break, Minnesota. And Steph Curry with the foul. That will be foul number 5 on him.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. The defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Wiggins gets to Conley. To the wing on the left. No good from Booker.
He's not exactly striking it from deep. He had 1 foul.
Kevin Durant.
Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
Wow. Goodness, that was almost a circus-like dunk.
And it's Conley penetrating. Towns in the corner. That's in there.
It's a three.
That's
Karl
20
Anthony.
for Karl Anthony Towns.
Towns.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
They get it back. McGee.
JaVale McGee.
And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And the defense out of position on that
Timeout call
possession,
for Minnesota.
which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Gray. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has and such a strong
All
finish.
right, Target Center, coming out of the court now are your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
By 6. There's a minute left in the fourth quarter. For Minnesota.
Meta World Peace.
There's a minute left in the fourth quarter. Deflects the pass. Outside Conley. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. That drives.
Wiggins.
And they're desperately trying to get this game back within reach.
And with very little time to spare.
Now here's Conley, the first break opportunity.
Break there, Kevin. Frankly, they didn't have a tough time coming back from this deficit
Checking
anyhow.
in for the Warriors.
Sean Livingston, he's
Sean
checked in
Livingston.
for Curry. And he cannot
Shooting for Minnesota.
Drop. Tough one to miss.
Michael Conley.
And he ends up making the second, and that will put them up by 9.
And that should be enough to get the job done, even though he didn't get all of them.
The drive by Green. Great tee that time from World Peace.
Draymond Green.
Good.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
On the wing, Wiggins. Towns in the corner. He's looking for Wiggins and finds him. Unloads from 9. For 3, Durant. Knocks
Kevin
down
Durant.
the 3.
For 3.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
And the goal
Warriors
is
foul.
Sean Livingston.
Sean
That's
Livingston.
his first foul of the
That's
game.
his first personal
from the
foul.
free throw line.
Shooting for Minnesota.
Hold the ball. It's just
Michael
5
Conley.
seconds away.
No, you got to foul.
2 shots.
I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Warriors call time.
It's a 6-point ball game.
And that's exactly how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
Timeout called the Warriors.
All right, Target Center. Coming out of the court now are your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
You know what? You can talk all you want, but I just don't see a scenario that's going to get them back in.
Yeah, who knows what he's drawing up in there. Maybe working on the play for down the road in another game. But whatever it is, it's too late for this one.
Seconds left in the fourth
Minnesota
quarter.
foul called.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and
That's his
just
third
off
personal
with
foul.
the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, Greg, that would have been a heck of
Shooting
a
for
bucket.
Minnesota.
He nearly got it.
Kevin
to go.
Durant.
It's
2
the
shots.
first that brings them within 5. Durant hits them both. And so it's the Timberwolves who come out on top here. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but Clark, in the end, everyone satisfied.
Yeah, you know, it looked like for a moment there the outcome was in doubt, but give them a lot of credit for hanging tough, persevering, and finishing strong.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.